Hello guys, MileyGalaxyBoy here, back with the Geography channel. Today we are going to be naming as many cities as we can in North America. Last time I did this was with Europe, Asia, and Africa. So we'll be doing this, and then South America, and then we'll be done. Because for some reason there's not one for Oceania, and obviously there's not going to be one for Antarctica. But yeah, let's just begin. So, United States is going to take forever, so this video is going to be longer, expect that. Let's get Greenland out of the way first. So it's like Nuke. Is that right? Yes. Right there. Now let's get Canada out of the way. So we got Whitehorse. We got Yellowknife. And is it pronounced like Iqaluit or something? I don't know. But this city over here. And then down here, we got Vancouver. We got North Vancouver. Is it like West Vancouver, I think? Yeah. Is there an East Vancouver? I don't remember. No. Not South Vancouver. No. So those. Surrey. Right there. Pretty big as well, actually. And like Burnaby or something. Is that how you say it? Maybe. I don't know. But there we go. That's that area done. They look kind of cool together, actually. But we also have Calgary, Edmonton, two pretty big cities. This one's close to 1 million. Saskatoon. Is it Regina? I don't know. Right there. Winnipeg. Right, like near the border, it looks like. And then, this is the big area. Windsor down there. Got London. We got Toronto, obviously. Really big one. Mississauga. Right there. And then, what other suburbs are there? Is it like Brampton? Is that what it is? Yeah, Brampton. Oh, this is already difficult for me. Okay, reminder, I'm not as good with Canada as, like, US. US expect me to get much more. Like, it's going to be, like, it's going to go up to hundreds in no time with United States. Brampton, Mississauga. Kitchener. I like that name. Yeah. This one's difficult. I haven't caught up as much with, like, the suburbs of Toronto and stuff. Markham? Yeah, Markham, Vaughan. There we go. I think that's it that I can think of, at least. Oh, Hamilton, right. Hamilton and Niagara Falls. This will be important later. And then just Ottawa. Right there. And then we have in Quebec, Montreal. Right there. Quebec City. Laval. Is it Gatineau? Yeah. Longueuil, maybe? Yes. There we go. So, there we go. And then, anything else in Quebec I can think of? I think that's it. So then, St. John's on Newfoundland, right there. And we have Fredericton, Halifax, and Charlottetown. There we go. That's all the Canada ones I can get, so let's move on to the United States, starting with Alaska. And we get no Hawaii, so I can't do, like, Hawaii cities. So, yes, we can select Alaska specifically. That's cool. Anchorage. What's by Anchorage? Nick Fairview. Wasilla. North Lakes. And then Kenai and Homer. how much is this so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 34. So let's calculate how much I get to from 34, because that's what I start with. And then Kodiak right there. Let's get the ones over here quickly. Juneau, Sitka, Ketchikan, Wrangell, Pelican, and then I learned Craig right down there. Good thing I know that now. False Pass, Unalaska, I like that name as well. Atka and Adak at the ends. These two are St. Paul and St. George. There we go. Savunga is this island, I believe. Yep. Bethel is around here. Yeah. Wales, Nome. Point Hope, Utqiagvik, Prudhoe Bay, Kaktovik, Cordova's down here, Chicken and Eagle up there, and then this part is Fairbanks, Badger, College, and North Pole. There we go. 68. That's another 34. I feel like I'm missing something though. What could it be? I don't know. I think we're gonna have to skip it. Let's move on to mainland USA. So yeah, if we try typing Hawaii, it's not gonna pop up. So we are gonna have to start with Maine. Let's do. Also, comment down below if you want me to do one for specific countries, because I might do it in a while. So it's probably going to take a while because I want to gain more knowledge, so it's at least different, and then we could get the total count with the different countries, basically. So, Portland, South Portland, and then Augusta, Lewiston, Bangor, Auburn, Ellsworth, Kennebunk, as well as Kennebunkport. There we go. We got Holton and Fort Fairfield up there. Saco? Yeah, Saco. That's how I can get there. So not New Brunswick, New Hampshire. Because we have Nashua, Manchester, Concord, right there, Dover, Rochester, and Portsmouth. Vermont. We have Burlington, South Burlington, right there, Essex Junction, right here, and Montpelier, the capital of Vermont, and Massachusetts. We got Boston. Let's just quickly get Worcester and Springfield. There we go. But now the Boston areas, Lowell up here, Cambridge, Quincy, Lynn, Salem. Is that all I know? I think so. New Bedford, and that's down here, and Provincetown. There we go. So then Rhode Island, Providence, right there, East Providence, Pawtucket, Newport, Portsmouth, that's all I know there, Connecticut, Hartford, Waterbury, New Haven, Bridgeport, Stamford. There we go. So you can tell it's a lot more crowded up there. Like, a lot of the circles are like really close to each other. New York State. Buffalo. And we actually have, remember Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada? Well, now we have Niagara Falls, New York, United States. Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, Albany, and a lot of cities on Long Island as well. Well, first we got to get Yonkers, but we'll get New York City after as well. Glen Cove, Long Beach, Southampton, Northampton, which is more like Southwest Hampton, it looks like, and East Hampton, 2 words for that one. Okay, and then we have, I think there's a Brookhaven, yes. I forget the other city on there, but we also obviously gonna have New York City. Let's see how big the circle is. That is a big circle. New Jersey time. Newark, Jersey City, Patterson, Elizabeth. What's the other big city called? I don't know. We're gonna have to skip it. Trenton, Camden, Gloucester City, right there. Lakewood Township, Woodbridge Township, Neptune Township, Edison Township. I don't think you have to add township, but I like doing it. Atlantic City, Ocean City, Avalon, Wildwood. Does it show the stats for each one, by the way? I don't know. It just does best countries. I think that's it. If I missed any, I think that's fine because I got a lot there anyway. Philadelphia, which is entirely inside the New York City circle. That's how much bigger New York City is. Allentown, right there. We'll get Quakertown, Spinnerstown, Sellersville, North Wales. I know these because I've been to those places before, like last year. What else is there? Scranton, up there. York. Lancaster. Reading. Harrisburg. And then over here we got Pittsburgh and Erie. So, yeah, we got those right there. Then we have Maryland with Baltimore, Frederick, Gaithersburg, Columbia, right? Yeah. Germantown, Silver Spring. There we go. Oh, Annapolis, obviously. There we go. Now we're gonna do Delaware first. So we got Wilmington, Newark, Dover, Middletown, Milford. That's how I know. District of Columbia, because we just gotta get Washington. And then Virginia itself. Over here is Chincoteague, right there. Alexandria and Arlington, right by Washington. And Richmond. And then we got Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Suffolk, Newport News. And then we got Roanoke over here and Weber City. I've been there as well. And fun fact, in case you didn't know, my, is it great-great-grandfather or something like that? I don't know. It's one of those. Named this city right here. So that's cool. Anything else that I could think of in Virginia? Not yet. I can't think of anything. I think that's it. So let's get West Virginia while we're here. We have Charleston, Huntington. We have Morgantown, Parkersburg, and Wheeling. Those are the ones I know. And now let's get North Carolina. I'm just going to scroll here so it doesn't give me like the other options, like different countries and different areas and different countries and stuff. North Carolina, there's Charlotte, Raleigh, with Durham right there. Greensboro over here, and Winston-Salem right here. Asheville over here, and Greenville over here, and there's a duck right there. That's all I can get for North Carolina. South Carolina, Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, Myrtle Beach, up here, Columbia, Greenville. There we go. I think that's it. That's all I can get for South Carolina as well. Then we got Georgia, Atlanta, Augusta. There's Macon, Columbus, Savannah, Athens, right there. That's all I know actually in Georgia. Not that good at Georgia, just know the big cities. Alabama, Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville, Mobile, Tuscaloosa, Auburn. Is this where the other Athens is? Yeah, there's Athens, Alabama. Mississippi, Jackson, Gulfport, South Haven, Hattiesburg, Biloxi. That's it. So now we got Florida. Florida, I think I can get a lot more. Pensacola, Panama City Beach, and then just Panama City. Not to be confused with Panama City, Panama. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Orlando, Kissimmee, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota, yep, Cape Coral, and Fort Myers Beach, right? Yeah. Miami. That's an easy one. Port St. Lucie up there. Hialeah, Fort Lauderdale. I didn't know Hialeah was that big actually. Florida City. I know there's one of those. What else is there? I'm not good at so surprisingly. West Palm Beach. Right there. And then here, down here is Key Largo, Islamorada, Marathon, and Key West. There we go. That's all Florida that I can get. So let's move on to Tennessee. Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Clarksville, Murfreesboro, Nolensville, in the middle of that, Ducktown over here, Jackson, Bristol. Oh, and I forgot Virginia. Bristol. I knew I was missing something. Virginia. Back to Tennessee. Johnson City. There we go. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Kentucky. Don't expect much. Frankfurt, the capital. But the big ones are Louisville and Lexington. And then the only other one I know is Bowling Green. Right down there. So now we can move on to Ohio. Not Ontario. Ohio. Columbus. Cleveland. Cincinnati. Toledo. Akron. Dayton. And I know Gilboa. That's it. Indiana. We got Indianapolis. Fort Wayne. Evansville. South Bend. Carmel. Muncie. East Chicago. Hammond. Gary. So yeah, there's those ones up there. That's all I can get there, I think. Illinois. Chicago. And we got, not East Chicago, West Chicago. North Chicago. South Chicago. Or not South Chicago. Chicago Hills. Or Chicago Heights, I mean. There we go. Evanston. Gulf. Aurora. Lake. Not Lake. Rockford. Up there. Joliet. Naperville. So there's those ones. Any others that I might be missing? I can't think of any. I think that's it in that spot, because we also have Peoria and Springfield lower down. Yeah, I think that's all the ones I can think of there. Wisconsin. We got Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Kenosha, I think. And is it Rosary or something like that? What's it called? Racine? Yeah. Oshkosh, Claire, Yuba. There we go. Michigan. That's the wrong one. That's the one we want. Detroit. Ann Arbor. Sterling Heights. Warren. Grand Rapids. St. Joseph. Down there. Lansing. Right there. What else is there? I don't know anything up here. So up here, there's, is it like Sault Ste. Marie? I don't know how to say it, but up there. Marquette. Escanaba. Houghton. I don't know why I said it with like an accent. Menominee. And Iron Mountain. There we go. So that's actually a lot we got so far. 301 cities. And we only have 2 continents. As you can see, North America is the one I'm by far the best at. Louisiana. New Orleans. Baton Rouge. Shreveport. Lafayette. Lake Charles. Port Allen. There we go. That's all the ones I know there. Then we got Arkansas, where I know Little Rock, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, and you might have heard these 2 smaller cities, Harrison and Zinc. That's how I know. Missouri. Not Mississippi, Missouri. Jefferson City, the capital. Kansas City, which is in Missouri for some reason. Independence. Springfield. Columbia. St. Louis. Chesterfield. I don't know any of the other ones over here. Houston. Down there. I think that's it. Iowa. There we go. Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, Iowa City, Sioux City, and Ankeny. Okay, so now we got Minnesota. We have... Gotta select it first. We have Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, Duluth, Bloomington, and Brooklyn Park. Yeah. By the way, there's going to be a video coming out on the main channel soon for naming as many U.S. cities as I can. That was already recorded a while ago. I've learned so much more since then. So, expect many more cities in this one. At least in the U.S. part for this one. Compared to the upcoming video. Texas. We got Houston down there. And it has Katy, Pearland, Sugarland, Galveston. That's the ones I know there. And then Dallas, Fort Worth, and we got Arlington, Plano, Garland, Irving, and Frisco. There we go. Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, right there. And is it Waco in between all of those? Yeah. San Angelo somewhere over here, yeah. Wichita Falls, up here. El Paso over there. Corpus Christi, Laredo, McAllen, Brownsville, Lubbock, and Midland. And I think that's it for Texas. Pretty good for Texas. Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Norman, Broken Arrow, Edmond. That's it. Kansas, we got Kansas City, Overland Park, Olathe, Lawrence, Independence, Topeka, Wichita. There we go. Nebraska's next. Omaha, Bellevue, Lincoln, Grand Island, Kearney, Monowi, the smallest city in the United States. It says 2 people there, but I think it's actually 1. South Dakota. Not Bismarck, that's north. Sioux Falls, Rapid City, Keystone, Watertown, Pierre. That's how I know. So now to North Dakota, we got Fargo, West Fargo, Bismarck, Grand Forks, and Minot, I don't know. Probably not Minot. New Mexico. Not just Mexico, New Mexico. Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Santa Fe, Roswell, Carlsbad, Las Cruces, Santa Teresa, down there. Truth or Consequences. I think that's all the ones I know in New Mexico, so let's move on to Arizona, where we got Phoenix, Tucson, Yuma, Flagstaff as like the independent areas, I guess you'd call it. But then suburbs, we got Mesa, we got Chandler, we got Gilbert, we got Glendale, we got Scottsdale, We got Buckeye all the way over here. Surprise, Peoria. A lot of the Arizona, like a lot of the Phoenix suburbs are really big, actually. Oh, Bisbee down there. What's the city called? Like Yakka or something, maybe? No. What's it called? The one that's like, I think it's like a city that borders Mexico, where they like do like is it like a volleyball thing? You know, I'm gonna allow myself to look it up, but just this once. So wait a second. It's gonna take a second. It is Naco. I said like Yakka or something, and I was thinking it sounded like that, but it's Naco right there. That's the one time I'm looking up something, though. Utah. Salt Lake City. West Valley City. And then we got West Jordan. And South Jordan. Gotta spell it right, though. There we go. And we got Provo and Orem. And then we got St. George. Down there, yeah. Colorado. We know, or at least I know, Denver, Colorado Springs down there. Let's get Grand Junction while we're here, since that's the standout one all the way over there. Aurora, Fort Collins, Lakewood, Castle Rock, Boulder, Longmont. I think that's all the ones I know in Colorado. Let's move up to Wyoming, where we're gonna get Cheyenne, which looks like it's gonna be another one in this thing, but it's a different state. Casper, Laramie. That's it for Wyoming that I know. So let's move on to Montana, where I know Billings, Missoula, Helena, Great Falls, Bozeman, and I think Butte. There we go. Idaho. We have Boise, Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell, Idaho City, Idaho Falls. Oh, I just remembered one. In Arizona. Arizona City. There we go. Back to Idaho. And we have Coeur d'Alene. Is that it for Idaho? I think so. Yeah. This is basically just a US video at this point. Let's get Nevada out of the way before we move on to the coastal states. Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, Paradise. Then here I know Reno, Sparks, Carson City. There we go. So now we can move on to Washington, where I know Point Roberts up there. Bellingham? Yeah. Bellevue. Seattle. Gotta spell it right. Tacoma. Olympia. University Place. There's a lot of others around here that I don't know. Vancouver's gonna be one. Spokane Valley. Yakima. I think that's it again. But maybe not. I don't know. Oregon. Portland. Completely surrounds Vancouver in this. Gresham. And Hillsborough. Salem. Eugene. Springfield. And what's the other one called? Junction City. That's right there, yeah. Bend. Over there. And then we got Medford, Ashland, and Cave Junction. There we go. So now we got California. And this might take a while. We got Crescent City. We've got Eureka. We got Redding, Red Bluff, Chico, Mendocino, Fort Bragg, Point Arena, Willits, Ukiah, South Lake Tahoe, down there. What else is there? Let's get Sacramento with Davis, West Sacramento, Elk Grove, and Fair Oaks. And I feel like there's something else up there that I'm missing. What is it though? I can't remember. We're gonna have to skip it. Stockton, Tracy, and Modesto. Right there. We got Aptos, Santa Cruz, Capitola, Scotts Valley. Yeah. And Watsonville. And we have Salinas, big city in the Monterey Bay, the biggest one. Seaside, Marina, Delray Oaks, and Sand City. Monterey itself, Pacific Grove, Del Monte Forest, Carmel by the Sea, and then Gonzales, Soledad, Greenfield, King City, Fresno. Is it Clovis? Yeah, Clovis. We got Paso Robles and Pismo Beach. Bakersfield, Lake Los Angeles. Is it Yucaipa? Yeah. With Moreno Valley and Riverside, San Bernardino, Fontana, Palm Springs, Calexico. I think that's all the ones I know in this kind of area. But then we got Chula Vista, San Diego, really big dot again, Carlsbad, and now we got like the LA area. We're gonna end it off with Bay Area since that's where I'm from, and there's gonna be like hundreds that I get here. Los Angeles, that's an easy start. Long Beach, Anaheim, Irvine, Santa Ana, Santa Clarita, Huntington Beach, Huntington Park. It was in East Los Angeles, right? Yeah. Downey, Thousand Oaks, Malibu, I forgot Santa Barbara, Oxnard, Ventura, Ontario, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Is that it? Is that all I can get in LA area? Santa Maria. Up there. I think that's it I can get there. So now we got SF Bay Area. Well, San Francisco. Right there. Daly City. Colma. Brisbane. South San Francisco. San Bruno. Pacifica. Millbrae. Burlingame. Hillsborough. San Mateo. Foster City. Belmont. San Carlos. Redwood City. Menlo Park. East Palo Alto. Atherton. Woodside. Portola Valley. Half Moon Bay. North Fair Oaks. And Stanford. Then we got Palo Alto, Mountain View, Los Altos Hills. We have Cupertino, Campbell, Saratoga, Los Gatos, Montecito, Morgan Hill, Gilroy, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, Milpitas, and big one, San Jose. Bigger than San Francisco. It's probably for SF Bay Area. Fremont, Newark, Union City, Hayward, Pleasanton, Dublin, Livermore, San Leandro, Oakland, Alameda, Piedmont. I was just there like 2 days ago, actually. Emeryville, Berkeley, Albany, and unincorporated cities in this county include Castro Valley, San Lorenzo, Ashland. Then we got Contra Costa County, so Richmond, El Cerrito, Pinal, Hercules, and we have, what else is there? There's also San Ramon, Danville, Orinda, Moraga, Lafayette, Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hills, or is it just Pleasant Hill, just singular? Yeah, Martinez, and there's Concord, Clayton, Pittsburgh, no H, Antioch, Brentwood, Oakley. Oh, I just remembered, there's also, I didn't mean to zoom out that far, California City down there. Yeah. Good thing I remembered it. Vallejo, Benicia, Fairfield, Suisun City, Vacaville, Dixon, Rio Vista. There we go. American Canyon, Napa, Yountville, St. Helena, Calistoga. There we go. And we got Cloverdale, Healdsburg, Windsor, Santa Rosa, Sebastopol, Rohnert Park, Cotati, Petaluma, Sonoma, Novato, San Rafael, San Anselmo, Fairfax and Ross, we got Fairfax, we got Ross, we have Larkspur, Corte Madera, Mill Valley, Sausalito, Belvedere, Did I write Tiburon? No, I didn't. Stinson Beach. This is unincorporated now. Stinson Beach. We're in City. Strawberry. I forget the other ones, but yeah, there's that. So that's... Oh, and Grass Valley. That's the one I was thinking of earlier. There we go. So that's all of the United States done. 651 in total now. Yeah, that was kind of a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Let's get Mexico out of the way. So we got Tijuana, Mexicali. There we go. La Paz. Yeah, there's La Paz down there. Ciudad Juarez. Nuevo Laredo, I think. Yeah, Nuevo Laredo. Ciudad Victoria. Down there. Chihuahua. Guadalajara. Monterrey. Toluca. Torreon. San Luis Potosí. Puebla. Leon. Oh, wow, these are all really big. Cancun. Ecatepec. De Morelos. Right here. And Mexico City. There we go. Chiapas. I know there's a Guerrero somewhere, yeah. And I know there's a San Francisco as well here. Right? Yeah. But it's called that, I guess. That's all I think I can get for Mexico. Querétaro. There we go. This is all I can get. So now let's move on to Guatemala, where we can get Guatemala City. You can spell it right though. There we go. That's it. Belize. Belize City and Belmopan. El Salvador. I can get San Salvador. Santa Ana. There we go. I didn't know Santa Ana was bigger than San Salvador, but whatever. Honduras. Tegucigalpa. And, what is it? San Pedro Sula? Yeah. Nicaragua. Managua. Costa Rica. There's a San Jose. I think there's a San Francisco. Apparently not. I thought there was. Panama. Panama City. Not to be confused with Panama City, Florida. Bahamas is Nassau. Right there. Cuba. I know Havana. And Santiago de Cuba. There we go. Jamaica, Kingston, Haiti, I know Port-au-Prince, and is there like a Jackmel or something? Yeah. Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, there we go, and is it, I feel like there's a San Francisco here as well, but apparently not, again. Well, let's select the United States quickly because San Juan, there we go. And what else is there? St. Kitts and Nevis is Basseterre. Antigua and Barbuda is St. John's. There we go. Next up, the next one down is Dominica, I believe. So Rizio. St. Lucia, Castries, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Kingstown, Barbados. Oh, I just remembered something. Well, this is Bridgetown. But there's also Bridgetown, Ohio. Bridgetown. There we go. Grenada is St. George's. And finally, Trinidad and Tobago, I know. Chaguanas. And Port of Spain. And there we go. These are the stats we have for North America down here. So these are the biggest cities we named right here. The top 20. Makes sense. And then these are the smallest cities we named. Monterey makes sense because it's literally the smallest city in the country, United States. So it makes sense the smallest one on the list. We got rarest cities. These are the 20 rarest cities that barely anyone adds. Spinnerstown being the rarest. Honestly, I did not really expect that. I probably would have put Del Monte Forest even lower than that. I don't know though. Yeah, most of this makes sense though. Best countries. 618 for United States. That's actually kind of crazy. 33 for Canada, 21 for Mexico, 2 for Belize, Cuba, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, and then 1 for Antigua, Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Guatemala, Jamaica, Nicaragua, Panama, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and Grenadines, etc. Other stats. 27 of 29 cities over 1 million. What did I miss? Probably something in Mexico or something like that. That's over 1 million. Oh, wait. What's the city like? Saltillo? Yeah. There we go. Add that to the list. There we go. That's not one of them though, but at least I got it. I remembered it. And then that's the rest of the stats. Here's every city that we wrote down. That's every single one. And yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here. Hope you enjoyed. Make subscribe, ring the bell when you find a video comes out. Leave a like the video. Also, don't have to do all. If you want to do what you can. Let's get to 10 subscribers on this channel. And yeah, that's all. Bye.